everyone, Xander Gaming coming at y'all with another video. And in today's video, I want to give you all a deck profile for a good Heavymetaldramon impmon deck. I do think that this will be a really cool deck that you can finally play with in the upcoming Special Booster 2.5. I think that with this set's release, we do have a full lineup of cards that we can run in the deck to actually make a cohesive deck built around all these cards. I am a little upset that they took so long to, get these cards out to us and, be able to let us be able to play with these cards, but we're going to go through it here. Starting off, we do have just one of the BT2 Yamons. You only want to play Yamons in this deck because some of the Impmons have special Digivolution requirements of 0 cost on top of a Yamon. Outside of that, they will cost you 1 on any level 2 red or purple. So you want to run a Yamon package, and then this one is the best of the other Yamons. It has your turn while you have 5 or more cards in your trash. This Digimon gains 1000 BP, which will help you out, getting your Digimon boosted. But the main thing is that it's a Yamon card. And I did want to run 5 of the Yamons, and we are going to run 4 of the new Yamon, which is this one right here, and this is from the newest one. This one says, when attacking once per turn, if you have 4 or fewer cards in your hand, this Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with Dark Dragon or Evil Dragon trait in the trash. So this deck is interesting where you want to trash cards from your hand, have certain things in the trash, that way you can digivolve into them for free, but you really don't want to trash things from the top of your deck as much, so you're trashing cards in your hand to get value, which I do think in the grand scheme of things is a little rougher to do as opposed to just trashing stuff from your deck to get value, but the deck does work out, I think, now with some of these new cards. But this one is just letting you be able to digivolve into some of your level 4 and higher Digimon in the deck, but you do have to pay the cost for these Digimon, but I do think that this is a really good card for the deck. We are running 2 of the Impmon X Anybody. I think that this is a great card for the deck just to help you maybe get a little more cycle. It gives you some free digivolving. You can digivolve on top of Impmon for free, which is really good. And it has on play when digivolving. By trashing 1 option card in your hand, you may return 1 Digimon card with the Evil, Wizard, or Demon Lord trait from your trash to your hand. There aren't a ton of cards in the deck that you can grab with this effect. You're really not worried about this effect as much. You can grab back Impmons to your hand if you need them, but you mainly just doing this for the free Digivolve, and then he also lets you cycle with his Inheritable when attacking once per turn. Trash the top 2 cards of your deck. Now, you're really not wanting to trash a ton of cards from your deck. You'd rather do it from your hand, but I do think having another 0 Digivolution cost in this deck can help you kind of cycle into your plays a little bit more and draw some cards. And then we're also running 2 of the OG BT2 Impmon just on deletion, trash the top 3 cards of your deck. I'm running this one because sometimes you do want to see some cards in your trash, but that's not the main idea of this deck. Like I said, you want to mainly trash cards from your hand. Sometimes you do need to get there's a little bit of cycling and packaging here of trashing cards from your deck, but that's not always what you want to do. You do want some cards in your trash, and doing it from the top of your deck does help, but you mainly want to trash things from your hand. No Inheritable in this Impmon, but I think at a 2 of, it is really good. Going into the newest Impmon that we got here, this is the one from the BT20. It is Evil Liberator in the trait, so you're able to search it out. The Inheritable is your turn. This Digimon gains 2000 DP, which is awesome, being able to get that extra boost. And then it digivolves for 0 on top of the Yamon, like I was talking about earlier. And then on play, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 card with the Evil, Dark Dragon, or Evil Dragon trait, and 1 Yuki among them to your hand. Return the rest to the deck bottom. This is this is the one you always want to see, on playing. Maybe see a different Impmon digivolve in the back, and then on play this one on your turn 1. And hopefully you're able to grab 2 different cards. A great searcher for the deck. And I think that this is one of the main cards that really helps this deck be a cohesive deck to play. Our last level 3, we are running the one from EX7 Impmon. Same thing, giving you the 2000 DP in your Inheritable effect when it's your turn. So you can see how you're able to get into maybe like a level 5 and really get plus 4000 DP, which lets you swing into a lot of things that are, a lot of times your level 5s are going to be swinging for 10, 11, 12,000 in most cases, and that's pretty strong, just that alone, being able to swing. It does have your turn when this Digimon would Digivolve into a Digimon card with a Dark Dragon or Evil Dragon trait, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. So essentially, you're hoping to have the Yammon egg underneath it, and then have this Digimon you can swing, and then be able to Digivolve in the trash with a Digimon, and then this Impmon lets you, reduce the Digivolution cost by 1. Really good Impmon. Love this one for the deck too, and it Digivolves for 0 on top of the Yammon. Otherwise, it's going to cost you that 1 Digivolution cost on top of that. We are going to run a small Eismon package in this deck, only because I think that this deck can really abuse the Eismon package, and I think this package to this day is still so strong that you need to run this package. If you're not familiar with the Eismon package, this Eismon, the original one right here, you can only run a 1 of, and he says when you trash this card from your hand using one of your effects, if Eismon Scatter Mode is in your trash, you may play this card without paying its memory cost. Your turn for each Eismon Scatter Mode in your trash. The Digimon Games 2000 DP. We are running 3 Eismon Scatter Modes in here. We only running 1 of the ones we can only run 1 of, and we do have outlets in this deck to get back Dark Dragons from our trash back to our hand. So you can see here where we're able to cycle this Eismon in this deck, and I do think that this deck is going to love having the Eismon in it, and you will be able to cycle this Eismon over and over again from your trash. A really strong card. Since we are running the Eismon package, we do have to run one of the Eismon Scatter Modes, the original one for the BT7 that you can only run 1 of, and this one just Digivolves for 2. It's only a 4 play cost, which is not bad either, and he just says on deletion draw 3 and then trash 2 cards from your hand, which is absolutely amazing, letting you cycle stuff from your deck. Really awesome card. And then we are running 2 of the new Eismon Scatter Modes from the EX7. It Digivolves for 2 also and does have that awesome play cost of 4. But it is only an on-play effect, which is not as good. On-play, trash 1 card in your hand. Then you may return 1 Digimon card with Evil, Dark Dragon, or Evil Dragon trait from your trash to your hand. So you can see here, you play this Scatter Mode. Add this Eismon back to your hand if you've already done the effect. So you can see how we're able to loop here with this package a little bit. It's going to be absolutely nasty. I promise you, you won't regret having this package in the deck, because once you see it once, you're going to be able to find ways to get this Eismon back to your hand, and then you can trash him with your other effects, which is what so many cards in this deck do, letting you get the Eismon back out as a free body. And it does have an inheritable retaliation, which is actually really awesome. You're going to have a lot of times more DP than your opponent, but in any cases that you don't, or you have to get rid of a Digimon by effect, you can use retaliation, to get rid of some of their Digimon. We're going to have the Punkmon here for our first level 4. So we are only running 2 of this Punkmon. We will be running 4 of the other one. This Punkmon is the newer one from BT20. This one says on play when Digivolving, trash 1 card in your hand. Then until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your Digimon gains blocker and retaliation. So this one is like a really good, control card for the deck, but it doesn't help you press the state of your game too much. It does have the trash a card, so you're able to use your Eismon effect to get it back out, and it does give you a good blocker retaliation, but the other one I think is just a lot more consistent and better for the deck. It does give you that 2000 DP inheritable, but I had to go down on 2 to this Punkmon, so that way we can make room for this awesome Eismon package. The star of the show for the level 4s is definitely going to be this Punkmon, though, from EX7. Both of them Digivolve on a level 3 with Evil in the trait for cost of 2, so you're never having to worry about paying that 3 Digivolution. It's going to cost you 2 with all of them. And then if you have, the egg inheritable and the particular Impmon, you can Digivolve into these guys for 1. So not very hard at all to do that. But when Digivolving, if you have 1 or fewer Tamers, you may play 1 Yuki from your hand without paying the cost. Awesome. I love that, they're starting to add these effects to Digimon where if they have 1 or less, you play 1, and as opposed to only being able to ever play 1 out. And then also just, that DP boost in your turn, 2000 DP, you can see here where you are starting to get, a lot more inheritables in the DP. I will say that a lot of people do run, for level 5s, one of the Dino Beamon, because it just lets you Digivolve for a purple or red, purple or red level 4s. I'm choosing to forgo that. I want to keep it straight into the Dark Dragon trait Digimon because I don't want to miss, bricking out. But I do think that Dino Beamon is a great play to play in the deck if you do want to try it out. Or you could just go straight into Chimeramons. There are a lot of cool ways to, DNA Digivolve, but I just want to go straight to the 8 package of both the Loudmons. Right here we have the new one. It Digivolves for 4 on a purple or red level 4, or you could Digivolve on top of a level 4 Dark Dragon or Evil Dragon for a cost of 3. So you always should be able to do that here. We don't run any other ones that you can't do that with. And then the awesome thing about this one is it is on play and when Digivolving. You trash 2 cards in your hand. Really awesome. Could be the Osmon, could be a Nidhoggmon to give you some value. And then for the turn, one of your Digimon gains Raid and Piercing, and it gets 4,000 DP. In this deck, you're already threatening your opponent's board just by going into your level 5s, because you're going to have 2, 4,000 DP boost on top of this, guys. It's going to be 12,000. You give it the 4,000 also there. It's 16,000. You're going to be able to raid over one of their Digimon and have Piercing. Such a strong card. I love this card. Definitely an amazing level 5. And then it also has your turn inheritable. While you have 4 or fewer cards in your hand, all of your Digimon with a Dark Dragon or Evil Dragon trait gain Security Tap +1. All of them. So that's all the Digimon in your field, not just this one card. So you're able to pressure with multiple bodies if you need to. Going to the EX7 Loudmon, this one also just Digivolves for 3 on top of the Dark Dragon or Evil Dragon, or 4 regardless for a purple or red level 4. Also has an on-play and win Digivolve. You trash 2 cards from your hand, then delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 7,000 DP or less. This one isn't as good as the other one, but we do want to run a full package of these cards because we're going to be trashing cards. We want to have enough cards in our trash with these Dark Dragons to see them more often, because it does have the rule trait, just like the other one does, is that it is a Dark Dragon type as well as being the cyborg. But this one just helps you clear off any little bodies, maybe floodgates that are giving you a hard time. You do get your effects first. You are able to, trash the 2 cards, pop the body, say they're playing out a floodgate that keeps you from playing Digimon. Well, you killed the floodgate, and now that you trashed your cards, you can, gain the memory with the Nidhogg or bring back the Osmon. Really good card for helping cycle. I love that they are both on play and when Digivolving, because you're going to get those effects a lot. And it has the same inheritable your turn while you have 4 or fewer cards in your hand. All of your Digimon with the Dark Dragon or Evil Dragon trait gain Security Tap 1. So you can see once you go into level 6, all of these other Digimon, your level 4s, are Dark Dragons and Evil Dragons. So they get to, do all the cool stuff, getting the Security Tap +1s. You can swing with like this Osmon and have Security Tap +1. Which is crazy, right? Because the Osmon you're going to keep recycling for free over and over again. Only running 2 of the Nidhogg. I have seen a lot of people, testing, building, before the set comes out, saying that this Nidhogg has to be a 4-of, but I don't agree with that because I think you only need to see it once or twice to recur the value. You have other cards to return Digimon back to your hand, and if you don't know what this Nidhoggmon says, yeah, it does say when you trash this card from your hand using one of your effects, gain a memory. When Digivolving, you may trash one card in your hand, delete one of your opponent's level 4 Digimon. You're almost never going to Digivolve into this Digimon, but if you ever have to, it only costs 3, and then to be honest, whenever you get to do other things, you can reduce it a little bit more, but it's not a bad card. You really only want to trash it. If you have to Digivolve into it, you really don't feel too bad, to be honest. And going into the new, we are getting the Heavymetaldramon Ace. This card is absolutely insane, so strong. It does have hand counter blast Digivolve or Digivolve for 3 on top of your Dark or Evil Dragons. Only Digivolving for 3 into this Digimon feels absolutely amazing, or for free blast Digivolving. So on play and when Digivolving, so you get the effect whether you Digivolve or just have to play it. Trash cards in your hand until it has 4. Then play one 8,000 DP or lower Digimon card from your trash. For each card this effect trash, remove 2,000 from this effect's DP maximum. So you want to go into him once you have 4 cards, so you're not having to trash anything, and then you get the maximum 4,000 or 8,000. All of your level 5 or lowers are all 8,000, so you get all of those Digimons, whichever one you need in that moment. They are all targetable other than... yeah, it's everything. Yeah, all the Digimon. Yeah, all of the ones level 5 or lower, all 8,000 DP or less. You can play them out, and a lot of them have their really good on-play effects, which is cool. And then all turns, all of your Dark Dragon and Evil Dragon trait Digimon gain Rush and Blocker and 2,000 DP for the turn. So you bring him out. You already have the inheritable of a level 5 underneath, right? So you're going to play another Digimon out, get that Digimon's on-play effects, maybe give something Raid or Piercing, or just kill one of their blockers maybe on the board. And now that Digimon also has Rush, and you're giving it Security Tap +1, which are inheritable from the Loudmon. So now it can swing for 2 checks, maybe swing over one of your opponent's Digimon and have Piercing, and then you get to swing with this Heavymetaldramon, who's also going to have a Security Tap Plus as well. Really strong card. Gonna run it at a 3-of. I see a lot of people maybe trying to put this one at a 4, but I do think that this other one is really good too, which is the original Heavymetaldramon. This one does Digivolve for a 4 cost on your Dark and Evil Dragons, which is unfortunate, but it is really strong. When Digivolve and trash 2 cards in your hands, you do have to trash the 2 cards in your hand, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with as much or less DP as this Digimon. You trash the 2 cards, you get to blow up a Digimon. He's going to be at the minimum, if you went straight into your chains, like 17,000 minimum. 2, 4... That's 17,000 right there. So you're going to blow up pretty much everything in the game. Maybe there's some other instances where that doesn't happen, but you're going to blow something up. And then every turn, once per turn, you may play one card with the evil, dark dragon, or evil dragon trait and a play cost of 8 or less from your hand, from your trash without paying the cost. For each card in your hand, remove one from this effect's play cost maximum. So this one's very interesting because you're going to try to stay at the 4. You want to go into this Heavymetaldramon when you're depleted your hand a lot, so that way you really get the 8 costs or lower that you're going to be able to play with this. But regardless, if you're at the 4, you're playing a level 4 or lower Digimon off of this effect, and this is just end of your turn, once per turn, so you're always getting this effect. I think that's why they were scared making this one a Digivolve for 3 effect. That's why he costs 4, but he is 13,000 DP. He is a really strong boss monster for the deck, being able to flood your opponent's board for sure, or your board on your opponent. We are running 2 of the option card that this deck gets. It is really cool, called Black Sabbath. I love the name of this card, and I do also love the art. It has a trash main, so while it's in your trash during your main phase, if you have 4 or fewer cards in your hand, by paying 6 costs, return this card to the bottom of the deck and delete one of your opponent's unsuspended Digimon. So in the trash, you pay 6, put it to the bottom of your deck, you delete any of their unsuspended Digimon, regardless of level. Really, really good. Say you're killing an ace or something like that, you don't mind playing this card. And I did think that this maybe needs to be more than a 2 of, but you're going to recycle it, right? You're putting it back at the bottom of your deck. You're going to find ways to get it back out. So it's a really good, strong card, I think, at just 2. And it also has main, trash 1 card in your hand, then delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. I do think the main effect is not as good. You're going to be trashing this card a lot from your hand and not really worried about that. You really mainly want to get the trash effect. And then insecurity, delete one of your opponent's level 6 or lower Digimon. This card is going to suck for your opponent to check insecurity. It is so powerful. Going in where I do think 1 glaive memory boost can help you, you know, in this deck, you return 1 purple Digimon card from your trash to your hand, then place this card in your battle area, and then it just has the same thing as all the other memory boosts. Delay, send it to gain the 2 memory. Really good, awesome card. I think that this card is essential in the deck. It may need to be run more of, you know, higher numbers in the deck. Once the deck comes out, we can test a little bit more. I can see this card going up maybe over some of the scrambles and wisdom trainings, but I think you at least want to see it as a one-of, so that way if you have trashed some cards early in the game that you need to get back into your hand, you play this card and you get them back into your hand. Really good consistency piece. And then just running a 2 of the scrambles and wisdom trainings. Nothing new there. Everybody knows what these cards do. They are absolutely awesome. And it is nice flavor art with the, you know, impmon being the art on this one. I'm not sure if there's a wisdom training with the impmon art, but it is really cool to see these dudes hanging out as well. And to round off the deck, we do have 5 of the Tamers. We are running 3 of the last Yuki that we got. I love her art style. I think she's a really cute Tamer, really cool outfit, and an awesome effect start of your main phase. If your opponent has a Digimon, gain a memory. I love effects like this. Really generic, really easy to get off, and it says main. If you have 4 or fewer cards in your hand by suspending this Tamer, one of your Digimon may digivolve into a Digimon card with the Dark Dragon or Evil Dragon trait in the trash. So you're trashing cards, you're going to have them in there. You just tap her whenever you want in your main phase, and then immediately digivolve into one of those Digimon. Really awesome card. I think this one had a 3 of, and the other one, the new one, we're getting just a 2 of. These splits may be a little different depending on how it goes once the deck comes out testing it. But I do think 2 of the new Yuki is going to be essential too, because this is going to be your memory setter. Start your turn. If you have 2 or less memory, set it 3. The only reason I don't like her is because she says end of turn if you have 4 or fewer cards in your hand by suspending this Tamer. One of your Dark Dragon or Evil Dragon trait Digimon may attack a player. So since the other one does cost 4, I think a lot of times this Tamer comboed up with this Heavymetaldramon is really cool, being able to let you attack, giving you kind of like a pseudo blitz, which is really cool. And then also, if you don't want to attack with a big one, if you go into the ace one, you know, now they all have rush, so you can pick one of the Digimon that you want to attack with. I think that she's really good for the deck, and I do think that this deck is one to look out for in the new upcoming set. I think that this is a nice, solid list for anyone looking to build the deck when it does come out. There are a couple older cards that may be hard to get a hold of, which is maybe some of this old Impmon or the Yamon. You can really replace these 2, maybe add 2 more Impmon X Anybody's or any other old Impmons you want, and then maybe just one of the other Yamons. But I went with these ones for the deck. Please let me know what y'all think about this deck profile. I'm super excited to build this deck when it comes out, and I'll be doing a lot of play testing with it. I think Heavymetaldramon is just absolutely such a cool looking Digimon, and I hope I get that special SP art for him. That looks really sick. But leave comments in the video what y'all think about this video, or if you're going to build this deck. You know, subscribe to the channel. Peace.